We'll go right down this way, sir. Hi. How are you?
I was trying to get some information down Town Hall. I was unable. What was the original route you tried to go with this pipeline? First route.
Our initial plan was to come right up Route 28 all the way, go
Why?
bump out around.
Why wasn't it gone that? What changed that?
Well, at the time, it was not acceptable to the town officials who thought it would be a problem for the businesses.
Okay, and was it voted on by the town? I know that's not your.
We have a letter, I think, from the town officials back then saying, "No, we don't. You're not going that way."
You're not going.
And we had phone conversations. I was in contact with the town manager, and he.
May I can direct my second part of it to the town manager then? Did we vote on that? Did our representatives vote on it?
I don't know if there was ever a vote. I think we pulled back. We didn't force the issue.
And who made this route?
This route came as a well. The history of it is we made the recommendation to go up Main Street because it was 4 lanes. There was a wide median strip by Redstone. We thought we could just chug along. That was not acceptable, and we agreed with the town that we would go up the east side of 28. So as you came from the zoo, Pond Street, up, and then we would end up actually coming through the golf course on the northern end.
But there was too much blasting?
And there was 60, 70% of that route had rock within 2 feet of the surface. And it was narrow, it was windy. So then we decided to look on the west side of Route 28, and that's how this route came to be. So this was really the third option.
Okay.
So,
do you have a letter? You have a letter from selectmen?
I don't know if I have. I don't know what I have for letters. I have a letter when the town said.
We do have some selectmen present. Can anyone add to that?
I don't know if any of the selectmen who are on.
I'm actually glad that you asked that question. I kind of want to clear up a couple of things, and I want you to know that Mr. Younger is our new town administrator, and our old town administrator had been speaking to the MWRA for almost 2 years about this project. And he's no longer with us, but he had been the one speaking to Mr. Lasky, not Mr. Younger. Mr. Younger is new, and much of this has been kind of dropped on his lap. In addition to that, I think you should know more history about this project. If you were at town meeting, not last town meeting, the town meeting before, the Board of Selectmen had recommended that the laydown area be over on Stevens Street, where the trucks are parked for garbage. There was also another alternative location presented, which was the high school, which we were against. So I voted, along with other members of the board, to have it go over to Stevens Street. Our town government, unfortunately, is an open town meeting. People don't always have all the information. I think if you had the foresight that you had here this evening, maybe that vote would have turned out a different way. We do have an October town meeting. I would strongly urge you to look at what's on the agenda for that. As far as
my question was not the laydown. My question was the routing of the pipe.
And I thought I answered it, but let me be clear. It was the prior town administrator. It was not the Board of Selectmen that was negotiating with the MWRA. And also, as far as enforcement, as far as rodents go, I think Mr. Younger and the Board of Health, John Freilich would tell you, I've been calling them for months, almost a year, about rodent problems due to construction. So this is nothing new. However, it's been exacerbated because of the construction, and that is something that the town, I believe Mr. Younger will take up with Mr. Lasky. As far as the signage, I totally agree that the deterrent signage isn't going to work. Mr. Younger, we need enforcement in the neighborhoods, police presence there, effective immediately when school starts. My son was the class at the Central School that was in the tragic accident, so I feel your pain, and you're absolutely right. There's no price you can put on human life. So, Mr. Younger, please see that that happens for the residents of Robin Hood schools, as well as other schools in the middle school. As far as the overall coordination or lack thereof in the town, the Board of Selectmen has been warning about this, that it was going to come to fruition, it was going to culminate, and it is. It's almost like we had a crystal ball. There is no coordination. These agencies are quasi-government. They can come in, they don't need permission from us, they don't need permission from you. They are your water supply, okay? They can come in. What the town has to do is manage it. And that's clearly what didn't happen tonight. okay? It hasn't happened. Last meeting, it was a May meeting, was the Oak Street residents were, I think Larry Means is here, they were out of their minds in May. We had a meeting when this first started to occur in your neighborhood. Mr. Busey, who's not here this evening, formally asked Mr. Day and Mr. Lewis for construction support and coordination. We're still waiting for that. But Mr. Busey is traveling for his business. He can't be here. He asked me to say that. So hopefully those guys will get on it and provide that at not a cost to the town, but to coordinate all the projects, because there are more coming. So, excuse me, that was a public meeting. It was Oak Street. It is definitely connected. It was the beginning of this project. And Mr. Busey, and it's on tape, and I'm happy to get it on the town webpage, formally requested that. And we are waiting for that, and we should have that. These are state projects. They're not town projects. And the last thing I want to do is apologize to every one of you here this evening who's had to endure this and live with this in your own neighborhoods. It just is not right. It is not right that you're having to deal with this. And of course, we all feel bad about it. Of course, we all want it out of here. In the meanwhile, we're going to work hard to manage it with the new town administrator, who I know, because I work with him, is committed to trying to resolve this. I know that the police chief is also committed to the safety of your neighborhoods, and I know I can speak for all the members of the Board of Selectmen that are totally committed to making sure that we have a safe Stoneham and that we have safe neighborhoods. So I wanted to give you that history because I felt that it was really important, especially the vote for the laydown area, which would have alleviated your problem with the trucks and the trucks throughout your neighborhoods. I think I covered everything I wanted to say so that hopefully people have a better understanding. Thank you.